Good morning. Welcome to the press conference by the Chief Executive. We will first hear from the Chief Executive. Then questions will be taken. Chief Executive, please. Good morning. We have the support of our country. We're well connected with the world. This is our advantage. In the past week, we have seen two good news. On Sunday, the 1st of December, there was the resumption of individual visit scheme for Shenzhen residents. And there is also a new arrangement under which the scheme was expanded to Shenzhen resident permit holders. There are over 10 million eligible applicants. They can come to Hong Kong as many times as they want. That means Shenzhen residents permit holders can also apply under the scheme to come to Hong Kong. I am grateful for the care and support from the central authorities. They have fully considered my requests. I also thank commissions and ministries for looking into this matter and implementing it within a very short time. The resumption of the scheme and the expansion of the scheme also covers expansion of allowance from $8,000 to $15,000 spending. On top of other immigration measures, all these will draw a large number of people into Hong Kong to boost Hong Kong's economic development. The different segments of hospitality, including transportation, tourism, immigration facilities, everything has been running smoothly. I hear that visitors are very excited about coming to Hong Kong because they now can come as often as they want. Different segments have come up with new ideas to seize the opportunities. Shopping malls, duty-free outlets, transportation operators have tailor-made various measures to facilitate visitors' patronage. The Tourism Board has also enhanced their publicity to attract visitors. Catering business expect that the business turnover this month will increase by about 20% compared to the same time last year. Some trade associations say that the measures will bring new businesses to them. We're going to have Christmas and Chinese New Year. There will be waves and waves of activities. We have the WKCD Winter Fest and the Sai Kung Hoi Art Festival, a number of carnivals, and horse racing events, Pokemon Safari, as well as the New Year countdown. All these events are attractive to visitors. The resumption of the individual visit scheme comes at the right time. Last week, we saw the commissioning of the third runway. We now have 3 runways. The capacity of our airport has been greatly boosted. By 2035, the airport can handle 120 million visitors, which is 1.6 times before the peak of the pandemic. It will also bring about $148 billion in economic benefits compared to the two-runway system. There will be an increase by $51 billion in economic return. It will also create 12.3 million jobs and a number of other indirectly unrelated job opportunities. It will increase our GDP by about 5%. We see an increasing number of visitors. In the first 10 months, we see 36.6 million visitors, an increase by 40% year on year. Those coming from Southeast Asia registered the highest increase. From the Philippines, we see visitors number increasing by 130%. We receive the millionth visitor just now from the Philippines. So with the resumption of the individual scheme as well as the third runway, we see visitors coming from via plane journeys and via road, land transport. The different sectors will have to seize the opportunities to showcase Hong Kong's attractiveness and to give visitors a good experience. I plan that on the 12th of December, that is next Thursday, that will to host the Chief Executive Interactive Question and Answer session. I will send a letter to the President shortly. There will be 2 topics discussed. One on integrated development of technology and education, and 2, to develop a new growth areas. In relation to the first topic, in September this year, President Xi, in the Education Conference of the Nation, pointed out that education needs to be used to strengthen the country, strengthen technology and other areas, and there should be an integrated development. Mr. Ding, the Vice President, said that there should be integrated development of education and integration. Talent training should be boosted. In the Chief Executive Policy Address, I announced that a talent steering committee will be set up led by the Chief Secretary. There will be integrated development of education and technology. The question is how can policy be formulated in order to boost Hong Kong's competitiveness? How do we boost development of innovation and technology? How do we train elite manpower? In relation to expanding our international network to find new growth points, in mid-November this year, President Xi in the APEC Economic Leaders meeting said that we need to keep an open economy. Global economic network should be preserved. The APEC should be used as an incubator of economic opportunities. There should be better connection in the economy. The question to be addressed is that the chief executive and government officials have been carrying out visits to promote Hong Kong. Once again, Hong Kong has been assessed as the freest economy. How can the government develop new markets, find new growths, and expand our network? How can we improve our connectivity? The Patriot Corps in Hong Kong, how can they expand the network to improve connections with other groups in order to develop economic opportunities? I look forward to having the exchange sessions with legislators to exchange views and learn from them, as well as to answer questions.
The floor is now open. If you want to ask questions, please raise your hand and please introduce the media outlets before you ask not more than 2 questions, please. On the left-hand side, I'm from Cable. Good morning. About Fanning Golf Course judicial review, the Hong Kong Golf Club has won the majority of the arguments. And according to the government, it will take a longer time to do the EIA again. However, if you scale back the EIA, and that will give an impression that the government is a sore loser. Now that we have stable land supply, is it necessary to build houses on the Fanning Golf Course? And yesterday, at the electrical panel meeting, the government announced a deficit forecast. It goes up from $48 billion to $100 billion. Now, in order to control expenditure and reduce deficit, we should freeze the civil service establishment. Now, Chief Executive, do you think that the principal officials should take the lead in this matter? In relation to the judicial review, the government has been tasked to deal with three things. The first one is the legal matter. That is, we should consider whether following this judgment we should launch an appeal. The second point is that we should assess the impact brought about by the housing production in Fanling Golf Course as a result of the judgment, by how many flats our total housing production will be reduced. Public housing development on Fanling Golf Course is a decision made by the former government. Now, the original proposal is to produce 12,000 units of public housing on the 9.5 hectares of land. Now, and then the Director of Environmental Protection considered the parameters and decided to scale it back in terms of density and the number of units. And now, following the judgment, in terms of the number of public housing units, the density, and the delay in the housing production, we are seeing a significant impact. And that means the government will have to conduct holistic assessment. The third matter is this. We need to consider the impact of this single housing project on overall public housing production in Hong Kong. The government has announced the demand for public housing in the coming 10 years, and that's 308,000 public housing units. And through the relentless efforts made by the government, we have secured land to produce more than 308,000 public housing units. Now, the change in relation to the public housing development on Fanling Golf Course should not pose a major change to public housing production target for the Hong Kong government. Still, we need to conduct analysis before deciding the way forward. As for the government's fiscal position, yesterday the Financial Secretary reported the fiscal position of the government in the Legislative Council, and that's $100 billion of deficit. That's more than the $48.1 billion deficit earlier forecast. This is due to a drop in government revenue in land sales, stamp duty, and so on and so forth. On top of that, the government has rolled out counter-cyclical measures to help boost the economy. We need to maintain, for example, expenditure on infrastructure projects, helping SMEs upgrade and transform, and the government will continue to control expenditure and tap new sources. On controlling expenditure, we're going to cut unnecessary expenses. The Financial Secretary has begun to draw up measures. On tapping new revenue sources, the government will continue to exercise prudence to minimize impact on our people. The Financial Secretary yesterday also commented the same. The government will also be rolling out different measures to stimulate the economy so as to generate more revenue for the government. And these include tapping new markets, finding new growth points, including tapping new markets in the Middle East and ASEAN countries. And more importantly, we have our country as a major support. The central government has continued to roll out measures benefiting Hong Kong. For example, last week, the central government resumed the multi-entry IVS scheme for Shenzhen. The scheme also will be expanded to cover non-permanent residents who are permit holders. And these Shenzhen residents will be able to come across the boundary, and as a result, our various industries will benefit from that as well. There are also new growth points, for example, the third runway system, which has been commissioned. Next year, Kai Tak Sports Park will also be commissioned. A lot of international major events will take place in Hong Kong, and all these will stimulate our economy and increase government revenue. The government, meanwhile, also continues to consolidate our status as an international financial trade and shipping center. Especially for financial center, the central government has expressed support for more mainland enterprises to be listed in Hong Kong. We also continue to foster greater collaboration on the financial front with the Middle East and ASEAN countries. All these will help generate more revenue for the government. The financial secretary will also be launching the budget consultation, and we will be actively seeking views from the public. Next question, this reporter on the right-hand side.
MP. So I would like to ask about the enterprise agreement for the Northern Metropolis last Friday. What level of commitment does the government seek from these businesses, and how can the government ensure that the partnership is profitable for the property developers?
One question, this is about the Northern Metropolis. We are very confident in the development of Northern Metropolis. We have organized visits and also discussions over the development plan of Northern Metropolis. Particularly, we have been introducing and explaining to enterprises and investors the concept of 3 big pockets of land for development, in which case the investor will be given more flexibility and freedom to develop it according to their own timetable and overall plan. A bigger piece of land allow more flexibility and also allow development to be taken as a whole so that the overall value of development can be enhanced. This month, we will be rolling out measures to invite intention from interested investors and enterprises. In fact, I think the media knows that there was a signing ceremony last week involving over 80 enterprises and investors who indicated their confidence in the development of Northern Metropolis. What it means is Northern Metropolis is a development plan which takes a long period of time, some straddle over 10, 15, or even up to 20 years. There are big opportunities there because Hong Kong is being developed into different centers of excellence, and all these centers of excellence will mean industrialization, new value creation, and also composite consideration for the overall development of Hong Kong. And these are all opportunities for investors, enterprises. And looking at the level of support that was shown last week, we are very confident that the Northern Metropolis Development Plan will invite and attract a lot of interest. In fact, if you look at the Northern Metropolis, we will be developing, first of all, the Loop as an INT model of success. We will be also developing the Santin Technopole. There will also be a university city at different pockets of land. And all these will add together to create extra value for Hong Kong. And all these projects will bring good return on investment. Thank you.
好，再提問，右手邊。
Questions from the last reporter, the lady over that side. I'm from Now TV. First, on Sunday, the IVS, the individual visit scheme was resumed and expanded. Are you concerned about the revival of parallel goods traders? On Sunday, the Ocean Park will show the new pandas gifted by the central authorities. Will you ask the Ocean Park to offer more deals and concessions to attract mainland visitors? Last week, a number of business representatives have signed the MOU relating to the Northern Metropolis. Will the government help enterprises to make things work? If an MOU is signed but there is no development in the end, will there be penalties? First of all, I'd like to say that I'm glad to hear that the individual visit scheme for Shenzhen was resumed on Sunday. Through land transport, we have seen an increase of number of visitors by road transport by about 10%. We expect this measure to continue. And we think that over weekends and holidays, there will be more visitors coming to Hong Kong, and they will come more frequently. In turn, they will bring businesses and revenues to different segments in Hong Kong. Of course, we still have to do our job to enhance our attractiveness and improve visitor experience. We have special characteristics. We have to showcase our specialties. We want returning customers. We want to do that by offering them different attractions. I'm sure that the sectors have been working very hard. They might have been successful in the past, and now they need to be innovative to show that Hong Kong is special. In relation to the problem of parallel goods traders, we're very confident that we will keep it under control. It will not revive. The reason is that we have seen sufficient supply of different merchandise on the mainland. E-commerce, in addition, has changed consumption pattern and shopping behavior because you can buy what you need online. And the price and quality of what you buy online is good. We see the trade volume through online shopping increasing. That means consumption behavior has switched from physical visit to shops to online shops. This is a time of transformation. We need to work hard to seize the opportunities. Yes, the opportunity of parallel goods traders coming back is slim, but still, we will make sure that everything is conducted in an orderly manner. We have had the experience of tackling problems brought by parallel goods traders. Law enforcement agencies are ready. We have the determination and the confidence to take action. We will be able to nip the problem in the bud. When we expect a large number of visitors, say during festivals, we have a mechanism that is cross-departments in place. For the preparation of the resumption of the individual visit scheme, the CS has already made preparations. Different departments have also undertaken the work necessary to be prepared. There will be more people visiting Hong Kong. Footfall will increase. We will work together to make sure that everything works well. As long as we're prepared and we have plans in place, I believe that the increase in number of visitors will bring positive experience and impact, and we're sure that visitors will want to come back again. The pandas in Ocean Park, on Sunday, they will make their debut appearance. Everyone has been waiting excitedly for it. I can see that from media reports. Everyone's looking forward to seeing them. The Ocean Park has done a lot of work. The Ocean Park wants to make sure that Hong Kong residents and visitors will have a wonderful experience in meeting the pandas. We are also aware that we need to promote the panda economy. We want to see more merchandise and more deals and offers. The Ocean Park has already launched a series of measures to promote panda and the panda economy. They want to turn this already good news into something that is even better. In addition to the Ocean Park, as you are aware, there are a series of carnivals and activities having been launched. 2,500 panda installations will show themselves in different areas to drum up the atmosphere. Lastly, you ask about development of the Northern Metropolis. Last week, over 80 representatives from the business sectors and enterprises participated in the event. They have also attended the signing ceremony to show their confidence of the development. We truly believe that the Northern Metropolis is a good plan, bringing plenty of opportunities. Investors will see good return. Of course, we have to look very far ahead in the future. Some investment period may be as long as 5 or 10 years. I am confident that this investment will bring good return. I hope that there will be innovative proposals to ensure that the public will share the fruit of the investment return. We will listen to views. We want the public to be able to share the fruit of the development as well. That's the end of the press conference. Thank you.